Dozens of Palestinians have been killed in strikes in southern Gaza on Saturday. AP correspondent Rika Ann Garcia reports.
Israeli military stated that their troops targeted Hamas infrastructure in the Gaza Strip, killing several militants. Meanwhile, just south of the Gaza Strip, officials say at least 36 Palestinians were killed in multiple Israeli strikes as preparations moved ahead for high-level ceasefire talks in the Egyptian capital, mediated by the U.S., Egypt, and Qatar. Gaza's Nasser Hospital reported that around 11 members of the same family, including children, were killed when an Israeli airstrike hit their home in Khan Yunis. The hospital received a total of 33 bodies from 3 separate strikes. I'm Rika Ann Garcia.
Qatar's prime minister and foreign minister are expected to attend Gaza ceasefire talks in Cairo on Saturday, a source familiar with the negotiations told Reuters. Russia and Ukraine exchanged 115 prisoners of war from each side on Saturday after the United Arab Emirates acted as an intermediary. Reuters correspondent Jillian Kitchener has more.
Video from the Russian Defense Ministry shows freed servicemen on their way back home. According to the Defense Ministry, the Russian servicemen swapped were captured in the Kursk region. President Volodymyr Zelensky said on Saturday that Ukraine's operation in the Kursk region was a preventative strike to stop Russian attacks in the north and towards the city of Sumy. In video released Saturday, freed soldiers sang the Ukrainian national anthem while holding the country's flag and military flags. The Russian Defense Ministry expressed gratitude for the United Arab Emirates for acting as an intermediary in the swap.
Jillian Kitchener from Reuters. For additional stories, visit voanews.com. This is VOA News. The Islamic State group has claimed responsibility for a knife attack in Solingen, Germany, that killed 3 people, according to its Amaq News site. The group said Saturday the attacker targeted Christians and is, quote, a soldier of the Islamic State who carried out the attack, quote, to avenge Muslims in Palestine and everywhere. Police began raiding a home for asylum seekers in the city center of Solingen, including with special forces, the German news agency DPA reported. Drought and crop failure are a pervasive threat in Guatemala, where hunger and malnutrition run rampant, particularly in rural areas, a reality that international aid programs are trying to curb. Reuters' Arthi Thayaparan has more.
International aid programs are aiming to train people on sustainable farming practices in Guatemala in an effort to combat hunger and malnutrition. Guatemala straddles a region known as the Central American Dry Corridor. Over the past decade, droughts have been longer and more severe, and extreme weather like hurricanes have caused widespread damage. It's put families living in the region in vulnerable situations and unable to properly feed their children. Tanya Gusens is a representative with the World Food Program, or WFP. She says the training has led to some improvements and that the program is an excellent model for countries facing climate change challenges.
Arthi Thayaparan from Reuters. NASA has decided to keep 2 astronauts in space until February, nixing their return on the troubled Boeing capsule. VOA's Christina Menenti has more.
Veteran NASA astronauts Butch Wilmore and Sonny Williams, who flew to the International Space Station in June aboard Boeing's faulty Starliner capsule, will need to return to Earth on a SpaceX vehicle early next year, NASA said on Saturday, deeming issues with Starliner's propulsion system too risky to carry its first crew home. NASA Administrator Bill Nelson made the announcement on Saturday.
NASA has decided that Butch and Sonny will return with Crew 9 next February.
Starliner's propulsion system suffered a series of glitches beginning in the first 24 hours of its flight to the International Space Station, triggering months of cascading delays. Christina Menenti, VOA News.
The Paris Paralympics flame has arrived in France. It was lit in the British village of Stoke-Mandeville, widely considered the birthplace of the Paralympics. The flame will now travel to France under the English Channel for a 4-day torch relay from the Atlantic to the Mediterranean beaches. Its journey will end in Paris on Wednesday during the Paralympics opening ceremony. A unique Olympic cauldron will carry the symbolic flame in a hot air balloon that will fly over the French capital every evening during 11 days of competition.
Thank you for watching. Can you do me a favor? Please leave a comment in the comment section below. That would really help. Thank you, and see you again soon.